everybody. We're broadcasting from the beautiful Hilton Bayfront here in San Diego at the SAA annual meeting. My name is Jackie Dooley, and as we are filming this, I'm the current Vice President of SAA and will take office as President at the end of the week. And I have here with me for a little conversation about growing the profession, Adriana Cuervo and Terry Baxter. Adriana was a 2012 chair of our nominating committee, and Terry is a member of council. So,
and the Beaver Archivist.
And the Beaver Archivist, famous, entertaining blog he has over here. And by the way, if you haven't tuned in, I have a new blog, so be sure to watch and ask me interesting questions. So we're going to just have a little conversation here. And I should tell you that how lucky you are, because this is in lieu of the usual Saturday afternoon closing plenary, which you know who you are. You probably wouldn't have come to anyway. So this is meant to make it easier for you to hear from the incoming president, although it means that I have to be on camera kind of hosting a talk show. And please realize none of us have been on a talk show before, so if we aren't very polished, that's why. Okay, but so let's launch. As your title slide told you, we're talking about what I like to call growing the profession. In other words, well, you know what that means, and we'll tell you more about it as we go. And after we talk for a few minutes, the co-chairs of the New Orleans 2013 program and host committees are going to be coming in to give you a shout out about next year. So they'll be showing up at some point. Okay, so we're going to ask each other questions and then kind of see where the chat goes. So first up, Adriana. So in your role this year as chair of the nominating committee, tell us a little bit about what you learned, observed, want to say about the whole process of identifying leaders in the profession, learning about the membership, all that.
Well, it was a very rewarding experience, and I have to say that it's amazing to see how many people are doing so many great and different things throughout the society and engage in different kinds of projects that really bring, keep the profession moving forward. But I also found it very hard to find them and pinpoint them. So I really, it's something that I would like to encourage people to do. There's always some work done at the roundtable and section levels. We're always engaged in some kind of project, putting sessions together, applying for grants. So people who are doing great things, nominate them. That's the best thing you can do. Nominate them, and if you see people engaged and active and passionate about what they're doing, that's the type of people that the nominating committee was looking for at that point. And it's just, keep paying it forward.
But you had a hard time finding people. Getting them to say yes, or just figuring out who to go after?
Who to go after. It's so hard, just how we are upwards of 6,000 members, and I know probably a couple hundred of them, so it's
Get
really,
to work, babe.
But it's really hard to find these people, and we can only find them if we keep spreading the word, and if you do a great job as a roundtable steering committee member, put together wonderful sessions, get important things for people that are engaged with your particular theme or roundtable. We'll keep doing it and keep moving forward.
So show your leadership chops, people.
And think outside the usual suspects. I think a lot of times people have a perception of what council is, or what a vice president is, or what a nominating committee person is, and I think that there are other people out there that bring a different set of skills than what you normally see that would be an advantage to the profession. So people that have other ways of looking at things should put their names forward too.
Yeah, self-nominate. And when you nominate someone else or yourself, say a few words about why. Who this person is and what kinds of things they've done. I've always had this terrible habit of just sending names, and it's probably insufficient.
Yes, names are great, but background is
golden. Yeah, because not everybody's known. Yeah.
And not everyone, despite, 21st, not everyone is on the internet. You Google people's names sometimes, like, I've heard this name, and then it's really hard to pinpoint where they work, where they're at, what they do, what kind of repository they work in. So it's really, it's difficult. So
and some of those things are really important because the nominating committee is always trying to really cover a broad swath of different kinds of expertise, kinds of repositories, you know, but the number one thing, would you say, is finding people who really speak out, have leadership potential, will represent their colleagues well. And I would venture to say that in recent years, the nominating committees have done a great job of identifying people who don't necessarily fit the mold or the old mold. I mean, look, we got Terry Baxter on. When, 20 years ago, did we have somebody looking like this on our council? I don't think so, but I'll have to think back very carefully. Anyway, sorry.
James Rhodes.
James Rhodes? Well, maybe we should move on.
Well, I have a question I wanted to ask Terry. You've been a long time SAA member. Why do you keep coming back? Why do you keep paying your dues every year, showing up to meetings and, you know, doing wonderful things?
It's a fun party. I mean, I like to hang out with people. And yeah, kind of on a more serious note, that's the main reason I am involved in SA, is that there are a variety of reasons that people do things. And mine is, I kind of think that all of us together can have a positive impact on how the world changes, how we can affect the world, how we can make things better. But I don't think we do it by ourselves, and so getting together in an actual setting like this, under a professional rubric, kind of gives, I don't know what you'd say, it gives kind of direction and meaning to the work that you would do by yourself in isolation if you weren't part of a larger organization. And so the staged way that you can participate in SA really helps, because you can get in like on a committee or a round table and start to figure out how people work together, what kinds of things that they're doing, and then just kind of progress through that as you meet more people and get a better understanding of how the profession works together. In addition to what you're doing in your own job, there's this kind of broader thing that's happening out there with archives that I think can have a bigger impact on broader society than just what you can do in your individual job. I mean, I work in Multnomah County. It's a small county. I can affect stuff that happens there on my own, but I can't really affect much beyond that. But in a larger organization, you can kind of come together and really affect big change. And so that's the reason I pay my very expensive dues to SAA.
Because you make so much money.
Yeah, you do make a ton of money in archives. It's, you know, that's really what it's there for. It's money, chicks, and glory.
Money, checks, and glory. Why do you keep coming back?
It's a really fun bunch of people, basically, and also I get a lot out of, you know, professional development wise. The conference is always good. You learn new things. You get exposed to, you know, how other shops do the same job that you do. You get ideas brewing. You know, it's not only about the sessions, it's what happens outside the sessions, in the elevator, at the bar, at the restaurant. You connect with people who otherwise you would not be able to on your day-to-day basis, and you kind of learn new things. And especially in this time and age, you really need to keep up with what the profession is doing and how other people are carrying out their archival duties. Otherwise, you'll just kind of let yourself out of it entirely. So I really find it very important to maintain that kind of active life, professional life, and it's also fun.
Yeah, did you notice fun was in the first sentence that each of them said? And with regard to the last thing you said, yeah, being out there on your own, not being professionally connected, you won't necessarily find the best solutions. Not all of us know everything, to put it mildly, and other people are coming up with all these solutions, and in fact you can help everybody else think better too. As you, if you don't start out being really confident, you'll get more confident as you talk to other people and find out that you know things that they don't, that you can teach other people things, even if you're new, even if you're just coming out of school, you know all sorts of stuff that us old folks don't. And that's one of the things, oh, sorry, Terry. It's one of the things that can make you really confident just while you're here. So, all right, enough of that.
So you want your question?
I want my question.
Want your question.
I want my question.
I'll ask you a question. Well, so you're kind of a BFD here in SA, and you beautiful
friggin' dame.
Sort of like that, yeah. And so, you know, there's you run around with this kind of hoity-toity up in the clouds crowd. I mean, what do you care about these? What do you care about the hoi polloi? I mean, what are they going to bring to SA? Why do you even care what they're thinking about here?
Well, first of all, I have to take deep offense at the notion that I run around with a hoity-toity crowd. I've got some really low-life friends out there, so, no, I mean, you know, if by hoity-toity you mean I have lots of SA friends who have been involved in society over the years, maybe are well-known, are also in or have been in leadership positions. We all gravitate, you know, to and know the people that we've done those kinds of things with. So when you're old, you know, you'll also know people who have done other things. But to answer your question, the students coming out of school, the new people joining up, the older people who have had other careers and coming into the profession, they're the future of our profession. And that may sound like a silly platitude, but when you care about what you do for a living, and you care about having it be done with excellence and keep pushing the profession forward to do things better, to find new solutions, to wrestle born digital to the ground, et cetera. You need to have those new minds coming in. You need to have those newly educated students coming in. So everybody makes a difference. Everybody brings something to it, and let's face it, they'll still be alive and doing great things professionally when I'm not. So we need them, and plus, one of the, maybe the thing that I've enjoyed the most about having decades of experience in this business is that you have an opportunity to do useful and helpful things for people who have less experience. Mentoring is kind of a grand word, and sometimes we think of it as something that means you're in a program and you follow a sketch. You know, no. Mentoring is walking up to somebody who's giving a talk at the podium for the first time in their life and saying, "That was really good. I hope you keep giving papers." Or it's going up to somebody who's kind of, you know, wringing their hands, looking a little like, "I don't want to be at this reception because I don't know anybody." You know, "Hi, my name is so-and-so and I work at such and such, and I see that you work at blah blah," and you know, ask them some innocuous question that you know, will help make them comfortable, and you know, be receptive. This is a really friendly bunch, and I would say that at least 99% of us know that we don't know everything, and that, you know, you can teach us stuff. And I love talking to students because they always teach me things. So, so it's something that we can do to give back.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
keep the thing that we care about really rolling forward.
I agree, and I think even more. I mean, I agree that there are a lot of people that are just coming to the profession that are the future, but I think they're also the present too.
Yeah.
And I'd really encourage people to just jump in the mix. And people have a lot of stuff to bring, and thinking that because you're new, or that people will somehow not accept your ideas. I think sometimes that can be true, and you might have to work at it a little bit. But I think more often than not, people really get the idea that if we're going to get creative solutions to problems, we need more ways of thinking about it. It's not old ways, just old ways. It's not just new ways. It's putting all that stuff out there together and coming up with something that'll work going forward. And that can start right now. I think waiting for a while, you know, say you want to get comfortable in 5 years or 10 years and then you'll do stuff. I say, screw that. I mean, jump right into it right now and get going.
So, any parting barbs?
Yes. Don't hang out with the people you came with. Meet new people.
Good one. Good one.
Hug a lot.
Hug a lot.
Love that one.
Terry loves to be hugged. Okay, so we're going to have a little transition now. We're going to have with us some of the co-chairs for the program and host committees next year in New Orleans. So we're going to have a little transition here. Be right back. Okay, I'm back as promised with three of our five co-chairs for next year in New Orleans. So who we have here are Carol Bartels, co-host of the host committee, Robin Chandler and Laura Tatum, co-chairs of the program committee. So let's hear what they have to say about going to New Orleans next year.
August 11th through the 17th, SAA meets in one of the most unique cities in the United States, my hometown, New Orleans, Louisiana. It's a city that's rich in history and culture and it doesn't bend to time or trends. It's a city that knows how to celebrate and enjoy life, and we look forward to welcoming you to New Orleans in 2013. We hope the essay sessions and workshops will enrich your career, and we hope that you'll let New Orleans rejuvenate your spirit with its music, its incomparable food, its art museums, and its history. We hope that you'll come to New Orleans and experience New Orleans' joie de vivre.
Hi, I'm Robin Chandler, and I'm one of the chairs for the 2013 Program Committee.
And I'm Laura Tatum, and I'm another chair of the 2013 Program Committee.
We also have a third chair. We sort of refer to ourselves as the tri-chairs.
Yes.
And that is Nancy Lenoyle. She couldn't be with us today, but that's a perfect place to take off because Nancy is representing the Council of State Archives. And this 2013 meeting will be a joint meeting of SAA and COSA. So we're very excited about the meeting. We're excited to be in the most wonderful city in the United States, of course, outside of Santa Cruz, which is where I work and live. Pardon me. Anyway, but we're excited. We really want to see your proposals. The deadline for the proposals is October 5th. It's right around the corner. So get those cards and letters ready.
Well, yeah, what we're really excited about is seeing, because we're going to be in one of the most diverse cities in America, we're really excited about seeing the diversity of proposals that you come up with. We are a theme-free conference this year, and so your proposals can be about just about anything. We are excited to see them. We're excited to read them. We're excited to be with you in New Orleans and eat incredible food. I was just there. It was astonishing. There are all kinds of different session formats that will fit whatever you want to talk about. We have lightning talks. We have poster presentations. We have workshops. We have seminars and roundtables. Any possible configuration we can work with as the program committee. So please get your proposals in by October 5th.
See you in New Orleans.
Yes, we'll see you there.
See you there.